we start our repair, which is going to be a really botched, ugly, torn up, dug up iPad mini digitizer connector. So let's see if we can get live on YouTube. I'm going to be reading the comments, and today my technician Christy is going to be doing the repair. So here's Christy. Christy has had, you know how I get trolled by Lewis like all the time? So Christy's been trolled by me, and so we're gonna redeem Christy. She's gonna do a repair. Christy got trolled by the flux thing where she was just doing her job. Mark likes the stupid Lewis Seaman flux, the Amtech grossness, and so he had put some in the cart from an order from Jason at Microsoldering Supply, and I was not going to buy that, but Christy didn't know that, so she ordered it. Then there was all this drama where Lewis sees that order getting filled in his shop to me. Not cool. So then I yelled at Christy, and she was bummed out. And then I called her a hoarder, which she is a hoarder. I mean, do you?
But not as bad as Jessa. So
yeah,
coming from Jessa,
she's a hoarder right there.
And the particular instance that got me outed as a hoarder to all of the internet was not actually, in fact, my fault.
Right.
There are hundreds of other things around here that she could have pointed a finger at.
Yes.
And she picked one that I was not responsible for and blamed it on me. So.
Right. It was me opening it was when the camera broke, and I was on a hunt for the HDMI mini HDMI cable. So I go open the lockers in the back, and I thought they were empty. Yeah, that one.
They fell out at me the other day.
Yeah.
It took Nathaniel and I both, my 7-year-old, leaning against the bottom of the locker and me against the top to get it closed again.
Yeah. So it was not empty. A wall of what the hell is this? And it turned out to be all the paperwork from this entire business for all of 2016.
It's our archives.
The archives, yes, okay. So Christy was a little down, so I said, we're going to do this repair. Christy's going to do it. I'm making her do it, actually. And my deal with her, we added some Streamlabs donation stuff to our channel, like all the other cool kids. I didn't actually do it. Lewis came over and had to he sent me a message. Do you need a Y chromosome to set up Streamlabs? Yeah, that'd be great. So it took like an hour of me deleting his like Pepe images and shit that was all his trolls, and now I think we have it right. So we are ready to go with that. So we're going to make Christy great again, and she's gonna get any donations that come from this stream. So we're gonna put a smile on her face, and she's gonna fix this board. So we'll go ahead and click over to the camera view, and you can tell us what is going on with this. And while you get set up, I will make sure that this is actually going. I want to be able to see some chat. Okay. So let's see if this is working. All right.
Can I adjust the camera better than that, or?
Yeah, I mean, just like regular. I mean, you can. Oh, is it good for your eyes?
It's good for my eyes.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was a minute ago. Yeah.
So get it set up for your eyes, and then just kind of make that work. All right.
That looks good.
So my job is going to be to read the chat. Yay! While I don't have to fix this train wreck. Yeah, so this is, what did the note say? Did the note acknowledge the fact that they had blowtorched this board?
No. Well, they did say it's ruined.
It is ruined, yes.
iPad Mini 2 digitizer connector ruined after repair.
Ruined after repair. I think it was ruined during the repair. Yeah, there's no so how do you not have this happen to you? What do you think happened here?
Well, somehow they pulled the pads to begin with. I'm not sure how that normally happens. I guess maybe with
When was the last time you pulled a pad on a mini digitizer connector?
You know, I actually I had a partial pulled one the other day, and I think that's the first one I've ever had.
Ever? How many mini digitizer connectors have you done?
Fewer than you might think, because I normally pass them all off to Jean. But, 20 or 30 probably.
20 or 30? I would have said 100.
Yeah, I pass all them off to Jean.
Okay.
She doesn't like backlights.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why she doesn't like backlights, because they're the easiest thing in the world. But so that's our usual division.
The things that you learn. All right.
I've done a bunch this week. You have to do all
the iPad Pro jobs, and you have to do all of the
air charging. Yeah, she doesn't like charge ports either.
All right. So and she does all the touch ICs.
And she does the
All right. Let me see if I can dig up where Twitch chat is. This computer kind of sucks. All right. So what's your plan here?
So my plan here is to ignore that giant cave. Just
ignore the giant.
Make
cave.
it go away.
Okay.
That one there. The one that's been dug down a couple of layers is the Hall effect sensor line. Okay. Or one of 3 lines for that.
What does Hall effect sensor mean?
Which is, I don't know exactly what Hall effect is, but it's the one that controls the smart cover.
Okay.
So turns the screen on and off when you close the cover on your fancy.
Okay, so and nobody uses those things, so fuck it.
Right.
Makes sense. All right.
So that one we're just gonna.
So how did it get to be like this? You think they tried to dig?
They couldn't connect to the pad, and so they started looking for it.
Went on an expedition. So that's a big what not to do. You can see on the other side where there is a little microvia popped up on that 3rd pad from the bottom. If there's going to be a trace there, if there's going to be something that the pad attached to, then when you pull the lily pad off, the stem's going to be there. You never ever have to dig for it. It's there. And by definition, it's connected. Lily pad on a stem, if you pull off the lily pad, you'll see the stem. There's no way that the stem could be buried down under board substrate that you would have to dig. That doesn't make sense. It is possible that the pad was always not connected, an NC pad. And what's the other case? Comes up from the bottom.
And then it comes in from the side.
Or it comes in from the side, yeah. So you can see.
You see a tiny little dot there. That looks like a lily pad style.
It does, which means they have no business raping it like that. I have no idea. All right. So let's. I still am trying to work on making this Twitch chat work. Let's see if I can go to Twitch and find that. So go ahead and tell us what you're going to do first.
Hadn't thought about the order of things here. So these look like they need to be cleaned up a little bit before we start doing much of anything, just so that they're not touching each other or going to touch a neighboring pin.
Okay. So we can't quite see it right now.
Oh, up here. Yep. These guys right here that have slid sideways.
Yeah. So you're going to straighten those dogs out.
Straighten those out so they're not going to touch the wrong pins.
All right, so right in front of you is the beautiful, gloriously clear, crystalline, looks like amber Chip Quick 291 flux. Beautiful stuff. And then you also have the cloudy looking semen-filled tube from Lewis. So you can let us know what and you've never tried this stuff.
Nope.
You've never put Lewis cum on your board.
So now it's not even donkey, it's Lewis.
Yeah, it's not donkey. Yeah, okay, donkey. Well, it doesn't really matter, you know.
Oh no, was it a bull that you were saying it came from before?
Oh.
It was some sort of animal that you were claiming that.
Yeah, well, it's disgusting.
Had produced it before.
And here's why.
And
here's the deal with Chip Quick 291. This entire shop is all women except for Mark. Everyone in here prefers the Chip Quick 291, and I think it's because that women are disgusted in some way by ejecting what appears to be semen onto the thing that they're trying to make beautiful and work. It's gross. But men, Mark and all the other men that love the Amtech, when they squirt that on the board, they're like, yeah, take that, bitch. Like I really think that they kind of get a sense
of a little nice testosterone hit when they do that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little testosterone hit. I think that's what's going on. So I'll be interested. I'll be a scientist. Just kind of form your own opinion and use them both and see which one you like.
I was okay with the mental image of, for science, squirting bull cum on this board, but the mental image of Lewis's crosses a line.
Right, exactly. It's disgusting. I hear you. All right. Jessa, will you adopt Lewis after he retire? No, I will not. Lewis has his new thing is he's going to retire at age 34. That is like so far down the road. I'll see if he makes it to 34 first.
How old is Lewis?
He is 28.
Wow.
Yeah. Sahid says, I've kissed a gorgeous girl tonight. What about repairing her phone? Completely unrelated. That's really two unrelated things. Here's the thing. Here's something that I've seen that was came up in the class the other day, where there was a iPhone 6S that had connector damage, and what we talked about is connector biology and how you have to sort of know which connectors are really robust and which connectors are kind of crappy. For example, iPad mini digitizer connector, it's a really crappy connector. It has no protection for those interior pins.
Let me turn these on.
I turn it on the back. And then D for the tweezers and S for the big iron.
Okay, yours doesn't just automatically do the thing like...
No, like Mark's. I mean, it could, but I haven't set it up. Do you want it on tweezers?
No.
Okay, so then if you want it on that, just click S.
Okay.
And then that will come up. And so, this guy says, I've got a 6S that needs a digitizer connector. And the likelihood that a 6S is only going to need the digitizer connector is like 0. I don't think I've ever seen that. So the way you get 6S digitizer connector damage is girlfriend phone fixing, and it really doesn't happen outside of that. So this would be the case where you kissed the gorgeous girl tonight and she has a cracked 6S, so you decide to go ahead and replace the screen, but for some reason you don't disconnect the battery. And as you know, there's no reason why the battery voltage, which if the battery's connected, the battery voltage is going to go into the battery lines. And then there's no reason that you would have a disconnect between the battery and VCC main, so that would be intact. So VCC main is going to be filled with battery voltage. And then if you follow VCC main, it's VCC main that goes into the backlight driver. But it goes through a coil. Coil's just a wire. It goes through a diode and it comes out the other side. So there's no reason that path would not be functional. So of course it will be. So you can draw your finger down a line and see that VCC main is going to come out the other side. It's going to go through the filter to the connector. You're going to have live voltage at your 6S LCD digitizer connector if the battery's connected, period. That's just the way it is. So if you are thinking thoughts of love and imagining how thankful she's going to be when you give back this beautiful phone working, she's going to be so enamored with you for your amazing masculine skill of fixing her phone, and you're just thinking about that, and you inadvertently push down on that LCD connector, but it's off a row, so just for a second you touch the VCC main pin to ground. So you short VCC main to ground as you're struggling to put that connector on. Then that sudden short to ground will cause a burst. Current will flow, and the little backlight filter just can't stand that. So it will blow up and pop. So if you are doing girlfriend phone fixing and you actually blow the 6S backlight filter, which is a really easy thing to have happen, then you're in this sort of mindset of, oh my God, why is this phone not working? Now all of a sudden, you didn't even think about this before, but now, oh my God, the reality of having to face her and say, yeah, remember how you gave me a working 6S with a cracked screen? I couldn't fix it, and now it seems like it's dead because it doesn't do anything, even with your old screen back on it. You can't let that happen. That's going to emasculate you. That would destroy you. So what do? you hope, human hopefulness, you pray, you cannot accept any other possibility other than, maybe the screen's not connected. So you get that screen on there tight and you long screw damage those screws in, and you're gonna make it work. You're gonna make it work. That's how you get connector damage on the 6S. Girlfriend damage all the way. So I've kissed a gorgeous girl tonight. What about repairing her phone? Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. It's too risky. And if you do it, make sure you disconnect the battery.
So what do you think is going on here? It's shiny. I can't find it right there.
A piece of solder?
I can't tell if it's solder or if it's like ground plane that I just tinned.
How would you use your multimeter to answer that question?
I guess I could touch that and touch something that I know is ground.
Sounds like the plan.
Do you have alcohol?
Yes. You mean other than the beer left over from Mark? All right, I'm gonna fill this back up. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna steal it because now that the students are gone, we can start stealing from the stations.
Great.
Sunday's gone. Sunday went to New York. Sunday is having a great time in New York City. She actually went out to dinner with Lewis last night, and I think that he got the message late that, hey, meet us for dinner at such and such place. So, like, I think it was in the middle of his stream because he ended his stream really abruptly. And then, what is the fastest way in New York City to get from X to Y when there's a 70 block difference between those two? I'll give you two choices. Taxi or running.
70 blocks?
You sure did? Yeah, in jeans. He fucking runs. Like, well, I guess I can't go to the gym, so I know what I'll do. I'll run 70 blocks yesterday.
Where were they having dinner?
Like,
But like casual or more
sweaty,
upscale?
grungy. I don't know. When he
Does
got
it cater to a post-workout crowd or?
I don't know. That's what I said. I was like, aren't you going to be like all sweaty and gross? He's like, no. And so then I asked Sunday, so which is worse, Lewis or Mark? And she said, Lewis after running 70 blocks smells better than Mark does after a shower. I thought that was pretty sad. And then, here's Sunday.
This is why I live in fear of you talking about me on the internet.
Why?
All the internet doesn't need to know that about Mark.
Mark, you can smell Mark on the internet. Come on. Everyone knows this. Come on. Am I wrong? Come on. You guys know.
So that is ground plane.
All right. That makes it more complex.
It does.
Is it touching that pad?
It is not touching the pad.
All right.
I'm not certain that the pad is actually still touching.
Tell me your
anything.
recommendation then for that spot.
Well, I was going to be covering this ground plane over here anyway, so just put more of the same.
Sounds like that's what I would do as well. In fact, I would give up on that existing pad.
Yeah, I was expecting to have to give up on the one that I just straightened. I'm surprised that it went back into place.
Yep. So why don't we take a look at the schematic so that we can kind of see the general plan and the area. So I will try to pull that up.
Make notes on? Do we have something I could make some notes on?
I don't know about that. All right, so I'm going to dig up iPad mini schematic. Where are you, iPad mini schematic? I gotta close some of these schematics. There's way too many that are open and working. All right, iPad mini. Let's go to screen. All right, here we go. So this is what the iPad mini schematic looks like. And at first it's hard to know, well, which side is which if you compare that to what it looks like under the microscope. So, you know, how do I know whether or not this side is the one with all of the grounds or the other side? How do I know? Let's go back to schematic. So one way you can do that is by mapping the grounds. So if you put a probe on something you know is ground, like a screw hole, then you could just go beep, 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 and figure out which ones of these are ground. So we're
looking at it mirror image from this.
That's right. Yep. So we know for sure that the pad that you are missing, or the pad that you were concerned about, is not ground, because it's one of these ones that are over here. Oh, that's not right. It's over
The
here.
one that is totally missing is
I
on the
think that
right
pad
side
is
of this,
ground.
but it's on the left side.
All right, let's look back at your board.
Okay.
So let's go under the microscope. So you are missing pad number
5 here.
5 over there. So let's pull it down so we can see all of them.
Oh, sorry. Didn't
All
realize
right,
that
so
was
let's use the multimeter and figure out on this side which ones are ground.
It could be easier to figure out which ones are ground on the other side.
All right, and then on the other side, show us that there's not a lot of grounds. And skip that one that's torn up.
That's the ground plane.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this side over here is the one that has a lot of grounds. So we can click over here, and now we know that we are looking at, like Christy said, a mirror image of the way that it actually is on the board. So now we have to figure out the identity of the missing pads and where they go. So from the schematic itself, it's a little bit tough on the iPad mini because a lot of these go straight from the connector to the, to underneath various BGA chips. So we can't really help ourselves with that problem. So which one of these is missing?
We are missing 12, 14, and 16 completely.
Okay, so
and 8 and 10 are
number
questionable.
12. Let's see whether or not it's a big deal. So let's try to follow this a little bit. So on the keyboard, can you do Control-C? And then paste it up there.
Nope.
Control-V. All right, let's do down here again. Copy. Paste. All right, so let's look around. So I can see some information about that line, which doesn't really help me. Oh, and I see that it comes out of this chip. This chip looks kind of big. This chip is the CPU. Okay, so I'm not going to be lifting the CPU to try to get a jumper on that line to restore it back out to the pad. So hopefully it goes somewhere else. Where else do you go? No, not nowhere. And that's it. It goes straight from the digitizer connector to the CPU, and that's it. So this is a problem. So what do we do?
Well, since we have ZXW to refer to, I would pull that out.
All right, so let's look at the amazing magic of ZXW tool. So ZXW tool is going to help us out and include some information that would be hard to find on this schematic. So let's go over to ZXW tool. So ZXW tool for iPad mini. Now we can scroll and make that big. Now we can kind of look around here, and that same pad number 12? Well, was it 12?
I think we're on the wrong. This is
Oh, I'm on the
mini right
LCD
now.
connector.
Wrong
Okay.
ZXW. Wrong board. It's a mini 2.
Oh, this is a mini 2. Oh.
Were you looking at the mini?
I was looking at the mini 1 schematic. I thought it was a
Oh.
mini 1. I did not know that. It was a mini 2. All right, nevertheless, same it would be the same exact deal. All right.
Well,
This one?
I was counting based on the other thing, so
Oh, okay.
we would want 11,
11.
not 12.
All right. So we can see 11
Oh, no,
going.
you're right. It is 12 because it's the mirror image got me.
Okay.
Okay, 12.
12.
Yep.
All right, so 12 then. I'm looking for, where does that go? Ah, here we go, under the CPU. So Christy's just gonna lift up the CPU, tag into that ball, route it between those.
No problem.
Or let's see if there's something else we can do. So the bottom of the board here has test points that are going to work in our favor. So now we can see that there is a convenient test point on the bottom of the board that is that exact same line. So now that gives us a much easier solution for managing each one of these pulled pads. So what's the solution going to be?
I'm gonna run a jumper from the test point up around the end, and
So are you going to place the connector first or the jumper first?
I was gonna do the connector.
All right, so it makes sense. So ready to place the connector, and she's going to map out where all of her jumpers go. But before placing the connector, you need to deal with your giant
coat that.
exposed round plane stuff. So
Yep.
what are you going to use for that?
I'm not
You want to get
sure.
rid of
We've
these
got-
bridges first?
I was gonna do that later because I'm likely to put bridges in there myself, and I
Okay.
need to take those out. So,
I
and we're
would
also
I
missing.
would clear them now.
Yeah?
Because you're not going to go around here. That's just going to be left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're
And it
also
might-
missing that thing.
The home button resistor. Okay. So we have to dig that up. All right, I'm supposed to be reading chat. Recap on what happened with the digitizer connector. So recap is somebody fucked it up. That's all we know. We didn't do it. This came to us for connector ruined. That's a pretty accurate description. Connector ruined, and we're trying
I think the
to
ticket just said I need you to replace the connector.
replace the connector. That's all. Ticket says replace the connector. Let's see. All right, I gotta do a better job here on my job. I'm supposed to be like all kept up on chat because that's my only job. So fix that up, Christy. And we're gonna, what does this mean? Seems a bit low too. Should be 1080 60p. Pixels be lacking. Resolution is terrible. I don't know what to do about that. I should ask my YouTube audio and video engineer to help me out with that. Oh, it says now it's better. Oh, good Lord, all the pads. Looks like someone drove a screwdriver through that. Yes. Job trading around the office. Good way to keep everyone happy. Who fucked this connector that way? Uh-oh. Ahmed
Wasn't me.
wants to round up a posse and fuck somebody up.
I didn't do it.
Where's the note? I want to see the note. I want to know who it was.
It was Zia. Isaiah Zia?
Well, I wasn't going to actually reveal who it was, but I
No.
just wanted to know. But
It
now...
was totally not him. It was not him. It came to him like that.
Oh, I see.
And-
And he couldn't help the guy.
He couldn't help it. Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Oh, here's the note.
Yes, let's read the note. Let's read the note. All right, so here's the note. Note says, a person from a shop iPad mini 2 digitizer FPC connector ruined after repair. I would like it soon, but just an estimate of time would be nice. Don't just sit here waiting on this because he only wants to pay for his straight up connector job and he raped the shit out of this. That doesn't mean you get to just put it off indefinitely until whenever he needs it soon. He's a busy man. Who fucked the connector? I got one with a pit on the home button to the resistor. Magnet detect, Hall effect, magnet sensor, yes. Hi, it's blurry. What sort of tweezers are those? They look green. They are the really amazing and yet super crappy Dumont soft metal, what is that called? I love these and I hate these. These, brand new out of the box, takes you about 9 seconds to jack up the tips. They can't take any heat. But once you do, they jack themselves in the most amazingly sexy way. They form these little teeny baby crochet hooks that you can use to dig out underfill. Love these things. Which is your favorite? The claw, which is the new thing we tried in our, hey, let's see what we're going to stock in the iPad Rehab Supply Store. The claw or the janky tweezers?
I have never used the janky tweezers. I didn't know that was a thing until you just said it right now. It's totally a thing. It's
once you go janky, it's going to be hard to go back. Okay, we can put a new one after that. We see the another points for schematic to make jumper ways. Yes.
They're so cute.
Stop killing yourselves. Use camphor as flux.
Camphor?
Flux Wars.
Like mothballs?
Oh, Paul Daniels likes the Amtech because he's a man. Mm-hmm. It's the favorite of all of those with Y chromosomes. That's what we should do. If we sell flux on our website, we should sell X chromosome flux and Y chromosome flux. You have to get the right kind. Oh my fucking God, says Jeff Howarth. It's technically a beauty of nature creating life. That would be the beautiful consistency, look, and feel of semen on your board, which I think is gross.
So,
yep. And
pen?
Nope, not pen. We're going to use
the UV stuff?
Yes, we're going to use the UV green oil.
So what is the difference between the pen and the oil?
The pen is a plasticky conformal coating. So this is and it says that right on there, conformal overcoat pen. So this flecks off very easily, and it's okay, but it is kind of like, it's almost like paint itself. You know how you could get paint off of a floor just with your fingernail? So this is kind of like a paint, and it protects okay, but it's not very durable. It will not stand up to heat very well. So this is the other stuff. This is what we would use nine times out of 10, or maybe even 10 times out of 10. So this stuff is what they call in China. In China they call it green oil solder mast, not mask. Mast, like a sailboat would have. Don't know why. And it even says that right on there. UV curable solder.
Isn't a mast a kind of a gum sometimes?
I wouldn't know. Is that true?
I think it might be.
Okay. Maybe. Good.
It's a very runny.
I mean, I've always looked to China when I need to look up how to spell something or really what's the best word to use, so I'm not surprised that they know something that I don't know when it comes to the English language. So live and learn.
Well, they're just looking in a dictionary.
They're looking.
They don't know whether words are actually used or known by anyone. They just translate. Says this might be a good use.
Yeah. Here's what I want to know. Who knows the answer to this? When you look at all of the Google Translate stuff, when you're kind of hanging around China and Chinese blogs, forums, and websites, and you see these same words that you know have to do with soldering, but I don't get it. Like the word brush. Tell me, chat. Tell me, what does brush mean? Like it means something that has to do with, I don't know, pins connection or the act of soldering. Brush is one of those words. And there's a couple others that you can see again and again. Pin, or I can't remember what some of them are. All right, so you're gonna just squirt a little bit of this out, and then we're going to stick it in a UV nail salon UV thingy.
So I usually put
it on a Post-it note, and then I will push it like you had a syringe in it. Squirt some of that sucker out, and make sure your area is all kind of clean and dry, and then stick that on there. All right. Most women in adult injuries enjoy that liquid on their various parts and facial features.
Adult injuries?
Industries.
Oh, okay.
What you
I
left
thought he
out,
was recommending that as
you
first
left
aid.
out a phrase. It's most women are paid to make you think that they enjoy that liquid on various parts and facial features. You can't leave out the are paid to make you think part. That's totally essentially that.
I thought he was advocating that as a first aid cream.
Do you know about Rule 34? What's Rule 34? I don't know. Cyber biology, digital artificial logic board. via biology. Biological iPad. It's blurry. Better now.
All right, so what do you use to apply that?
The tweezers that I hate the most. So I lay out all my tweezers in order from best to jankiest, and then I'll pick the ones that are really bad, that have like fuzz stuck and glued to them, that have, maybe dried soldered paste on them, so they're just really not suitable for anything else.
These look like contenders. They look like they've already got green goo on them.
Yes, exactly. Ones that already have green goo on them is a good sign. So I'll pick the ugliest tweezers that I have, the ones that really should be in the trash can, and those are going to be the ones that get the special job of putting on the solder mast. Have you ever used the word, so you, like, I don't get it, like masting tape? Like, is that really a thing? Did you just make that up? Are you trolling me
like
right now?
mastic. What is mastic?
Oh yeah, mastic. Yeah, rubber mastic. Like the little douchebag glue things that are the horrible glue that doesn't stick to anything. That's called mastic.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that's not
I feel like
Elmer
it's
glue.
maybe a Britishism
Britishism.
we wouldn't know. We don't really know the word here, but.
Do you know what I mean? I haven't thought about that since like Sunday school, 1981.
The rubber cement?
Not rubber cement. Rubber cement's cool. Well, Elmer's glue is cool. They were shaped like a pen. It was an amber thing, and then it had this little rubber tip that looked like a dick with a little dick hole. That
was different from rubber cement?
Yeah, rubber cement comes in the jar with the
I
lid
thought it
with
was
a
just
brush
like
in it.
runny rubber cement, that it was all sort of the same thing.
I don't know, but that stuff, I feel like 1981 still has a neuron that's been overwritten with things like guacamole recipes and how to turn on the PlayStation. Like, all of that is overwritten, but this neuron still has like one thread that's linking and telling me the word mastic goes with the
Sunday
glue
school
that you used in Sunday school in 1981. Ding! Like, I kind of want to look that up. I'm gonna look that up.
All right, so does that look ready to go in the nail dryer?
Yes, looks great.
All right.
So
Well, we're gonna have nothing to do for a few minutes except look up.
Well,
mastic.
I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, it's important work. I gotta know. You gotta look it up on there so that we can see if we're right. And I'm sure I can get to the bottom of this. It's all about the long con, like Pepsi. Break her phone, so she has to have prolonged contact. Equals mental magic logic of most neckbeard noise goys. You go out and you buy a brand new one. Says Paul Daniels about the 6S. That is a great idea. And that is what makes you a keeper. And Paul Daniels is happily married because he knows you don't go back. You say, you know what, this phone, you deserve an iPhone 7. Except not an iPhone 7, anything but an iPhone. You deserve a Samsung 8. You go out and you get her one and you suck it up. Even if you have to put it on credit, even if you have to go to your mom and be like, Mom, I fucked up. I was trying to get laid. Wouldn't you be impressed, Jessica?
Yes, I would.
Yes, exactly. Oh, we should do our how to get a girl thing.
How to get a girl?
Yeah, give me three, your top 3 things would be advice for all of these guys. This is like 90% guys. These are the kind of guys that are like coming on these boards and soldering on top of them going, oh yeah.
Putting in tubes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Putting into selling on the internet. Yeah, all these are guys.
All right.
And one of the questions we get asked a lot is how to get a girl.
How to get a girl.
Yeah, and in fact, I was answering your questions earlier today that were on Lewis's stream about, why is it that girls always like assholes? They never like nice guys.
Because they're more assertive.
They're more assertive.
They're not as...
Come around, we can't see you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Now I'm putting
YouTube.
Jessica on YouTube.
So, assholes are more assertive. A woman likes an assertive man.
Yeah.
Can't be shy. Can't be just
I was thinking
trying to fix
that
iPhone 6s.
I don't think it's that they are... Nobody really likes an asshole.
No.
but it's the qualities that go with being an asshole
Right.
that are attractive. So it's like
Right.
it would be great to find the guy
Confidence.
that was these qualities but not an asshole. That's
Yeah.
the big win, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
But it's things like having an interesting life, having interesting stories, having being willing to challenge you.
Yes.
You know, rather
Yeah.
than
Oh,
just
yeah.
being like, oh yeah, I
Going
totally
along
love
with
that. Oh, I
everything.
love
Yeah.
that. Oh, so right, you're so right. So I love that. I like really love it so much. You know, like so but it's like the nice guys tend to be just have a boring rule follower life.
Right.
So they don't have a lot of interesting stories. They don't really like, you know, compel you with like some
Right.
amazing thing. And I mean, not that there's anything wrong with following rules, Christy. And they just tend to just kind of agree with things and kind of, you know, go to bed on time and just, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Not live on the wild side.
exactly. So it's not
No,
that
you gotta-
asshole. It's
gotta-
not being a
right.
dick.
I think whether it's a relationship, like a romantic relationship, or just anything in life, people are more likely to see value in somebody else who thinks that they are worth it themselves.
Yes.
And assholes generally think that they are pretty awesome and they've got it going on, and that's a
So
attraction.
arrogance is attractive to women. Is that the idea?
No, it doesn't have to be arrogance,
Okay.
but you have to see
Fake
your
it
own
till
value.
you make it. You gotta fake it.
You can see
gotta
your
do
own
it.
value without being arrogant about it.
What about
you know that
fascinating
you're-
womanhood? Like, is there an aspect of you as a woman that is secretly a little bit impressed when a guy just takes the car keys and assumes that he's going to drive? Or is it off-putting? Like, fuck you, I'm going to drive. The sort of take charge
I
male kind of
like
thing.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. See, fascinating womanhood is right. I knew it. Yeah, where it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's totally true. There's some element there where it is somehow, instead of being like, I mean, is it okay if I drive? I
want me
mean,
to
you
drive?
can drive. I mean, you can drive. If you want, I'll drive.
It's like, just fucking
Where
drive.
it would be better if
That's
they.
exhausting.
That is exhausting.
It is
That's
exhausting.
exactly. It would be better
but
if
you
they
know,
just said,
like,
"Give me the keys."
hey,
Yeah.
I'm going to drive, and
driving.
you'd just be like surprised, and it would be kind of cool, you know.
Like,
like,
oh, all right.
oh, all right.
He's driving my car.
Yeah. Is that?
That's different.
That's different.
He needs to show up with his own car.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
he needs to
Yeah,
show-
he's got to have his own.
Well, yes. Well, he drove on a motorcycle, of course. So if you're gonna go out to dinner, he's gonna drive your car. All right.
Does he know where he's going?
Does he know where he's going? Probably
Yes.
Because if he doesn't know where he's going, then you don't want to have your date navigating.
not.
Yes. Exactly.
You're not going to make it to the
Oh,
second date.
it was 94 blocks. Sunday said 70 blocks, but she didn't major in math. Lewis ran 94 blocks.
Oh my
Is
God.
it sexy if someone runs 94
No.
blocks? Yeah.
No.
See, that's like not.
No,
that is like
that's too
anti-sexy.
much charge. Like,
That's
you
too.
gotta-
That's
you
too.
gotta-
That's intimidating. Where you're. And then guess what he had for dinner according to Sunday. We'll have to ask Lewis. What did you order for dinner when you went out to dinner with Sunday?
A salad?
Close. 2 plates of broccoli.
No. Why bother? Don't even eat. Just drink a glass of water.
I'm sure it was a shit ton of alcohol and 2 plates of
Broccoli.
Why even bother? Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
How much does 2 plates of broccoli run in New York City?
I don't know. So is that thing on? And so we've got the UV nail polishy thing going on, which we did order from China. I'll go get those. Where did you move these?
No.
This is one of the things that we're going to be stocking on the iPad Rehab Supply Store. So we got these in, and then the other day, so these are the UV nail polish, nail salon, UV light things that you put your boards that you need to cure the solder mast on. And I was like, oh man, they're pink. But they're not pink. They're not pink. They're actually white. That's just the box. So we're gonna have these listed as soon as the rest of the green oil stuff comes in on. My sweat smells like potpourri, says Louis Russman. Because of the broccoli. I guess that's the advantage.
At least
Who
it
knows?
wasn't asparagus.
That's right. You gotta avoid the asparagus. That's right. Okay. iPad Rehab, you're mean to Mark. What the fuck? You're mean to me. You're mean to me constantly, like really mean. I'm just paying it forward. I was mean to Christy, and now we're gonna do a stream here. She's gonna make this board great again. If screws are put in wrong, it can short the board, I suppose. Lewis ran 70 blocks because he's just cheap and he's proud of it. Well, yeah. Let's see. No harm in doing extra work to save money. Camphor flux is all natural and not toxic like the cancer flux. Camphor itself is kind of a medicine. I'm not really sure that, just here's one of the things that drives me crazy about all this sort of natural stuff. Water is natural, but it can also kill you. If you just sit there and drink water, you can consume too much and die. There's all sorts of things that occur naturally in the living world that if you were to harvest, extract, and ingest, are super toxic. So this whole natural being somehow safe is really doesn't fly, really doesn't hold water. All right, you need to train iPad Rehab on how to manage chat. Guess so. Lewis, 2100 live view. Jessa, 80. Oh, 80? That's good. It's not 60? Wow, things are going up. I don't miss any of you guys. Feel my love from Trinidad. You guys give me technician porn. You can't teach cancer killing. Well, I was a professional cancer killer for a long time. Jessa was alive in 1981, yes. This chat is so clean. Yes, it's a clean shop around here. What time is it over here right now? It is 10:49. Yeah, your chat is ridiculous. Like, it's not even fun. Green stuff sounds like a snotty deal. Louis Rossman, what's driven the participation so high in the last week or two? Reddit's fault? It's his premium content and extreme cheapskate ways. Logarithm? Oh no. Chinglish, yes. Jessa, incorrect translation maybe. I want to look up this rubber mastic stuff. Brush, could it be a bad translation of comb? Jessa was alive in 1981. Yes, I was. I was alive in 1981. In fact,
So was
I
I.
was in 8th grade when Lewis didn't know how to not shit himself. 8th grade. Crazy. What was 1981 like for you, Christy?
First grade was pretty good.
First grade was good. I was in first grade in 1981. What do you think about school? Oh, mucilage! Yes! That's exactly the stuff!
Yes, I recognize that word.
Mucilage!
How could you forget that word?
I don't know, because it's overwritten with guacamole
I
recipes.
know, but it's
how to
like
plug in the PlayStation.
mucus.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, I probably deleted it. Like, not just forgot, but just blocked that out.
That could be.
Mucilage. Let's get some of that. Let's find a reason to use that. I mean, does mucilage sales
We'll just
must
sell
be
it for fun.
0. Yes.
Not
Let's-
after tonight.
We'll put it. We'll
We're
put
gonna
it in
put
the
it on
section
the-
with the toilet bowl
we're
light.
gonna- Yes. Where is my toilet bowl light? So it's been really fun going to.
I thought you took it home.
I think I did. I threw it in a bag. To like demo all of these things that like, oh, maybe this would be fun to sell up front or whatever. Let's sell it in the store, just like in a nostalgia section, because this is like the old building. What could go with
That's
that?
what our third
What
window
goes
could be.
with that? Like, what else screams 1981 other than mucilage glue? Find a picture of it.
We need to find a
I don't
ditto
think anybody
machine.
can- Here's what I want to know. Is anyone that was not alive in 1981, have you ever heard of or used this stuff? So type in mucilage. Let's find out. All right. Go to. Oh God! Read the. Wait, we gotta make this go over here. This is totally disgusting. Mucilage, a viscous secretion or bodily fluid. Lewis's Amtex flux is mucilage for sure. Polysaccharide substance extracted as a viscous or gelatinous solution from plant roots, seeds, etc., used in medicines and adhesives. Yeah, honey, you need to take your pill with a nice dollop of mucilage. Go ask your dad for some.
Or only in North America, it is also an adhesive solution gum.
Oh, only in North America. An adhesive solution, gum, or glue. Yes. Thick, gluey, yeah, disgusting. All right, let's see it. Yes!
That bottle right
Yes! That's what I'm talking about with the little dick hole in the end of it. Except there was another one this one. This is the classic one, yes.
With the slant tip.
Hey, a nostalgic look back, yes.
Just ask them to send us a box of everything.
Oh, you can't.
Grab bag.
Yes. Do you remember that stuff? Did you use it in 1981 at Sunday school? Did you go to Sunday school?
Yeah.
Gross.
That is really disgusting.
I thought it was by Elmer's. Yeah, this stuff. Who remembers this stuff? Grip spreader mucilage. Uncapped landfill bother. All right. So, how many minutes has that thing been in there?
I do not know.
Okay. Let's get back off of that. All right. I think I can get to the end of this. What is this? Use toothpick, then trash it or reuse. Yeah, if I had a toothpick, I'd use it. Lewis Rossman.
We should buy some
here based on
toothpicks
your
to
request
sell.
to report spam, but found nothing. Yeah, that's because I deleted. There was like mean shit all over like this morning. Somebody called me white trash, which I assume is just because I was sitting next to Mark. I'm not 100% sure about that, but all kinds of dumb bitch, stupid bitch, white trash, you don't know, all like really horrible stuff. It was like super mean. I had to go cry and delete my channel for 5 minutes and say, fuck this. Kenneth James, do you remember mucilage? Did you go to Sunday school? Let's see. Sandre says, hi Jessa, finally came home after too many hours of traveling because of jet lag. I've now got the privilege of watching this repair while the sun rises outside. Let's go. I am glad you made it home, Sandre. That flight sounded like a nightmare with the 2 6-hour stops. Loose women love flux all over their connectors. Holy shit, a room full of women, and Jessa hires a cleaning company. I think I should shut my mouth now. What are you talking about? We are employing local women.
That's right.
Yeah. The fuck? And she does a fantastic job. Smell in here. She had to like rid the Mark smell. It's great.
And it's gone.
And it's so gone. Yeah, it's awesome in here.
So this is looking like the green goo has puffed up a little bit. Is that going to be problematic?
It doesn't really. I don't know that it puffs up, but I mean, I'm gonna go with no. It's really stable, and you kind of don't have to worry. You can scrape it. You could cut it. If you need to kind of give yourself some clearance. But it does just sort of harden, just like it is, kind of like a rock. So let's see the rest of this. So pull that down. So this is now, tap on it with the tweezers. So this is heat resistant, and it is hard and protective. So you can.
That really hardened.
Yes, it did. So that's way different than the conformal pen. That's like permanent.
Mm-hmm.
This is like nail polish. I mean, it's really like nail polish. Goes in the nail polish thingy from the nail salon, and it comes out like the dragon lady's giant red nails, super hard and strong. So you can X-Acto if it's going to make your connector sit too high. I can't really tell if it is or not. There should be a sharp X-Acto if you want to mess with it. Oops. All right. How come your microscope camera looks dull and a little out of focus compared to Lewis Rossman's one, since you both seem to have the same model? I don't think we do, actually. Mine is Amscope, and his is Omano. But the real reason is because if I had to do it again, you should put a zero Barlow lens, not the Barlow lens, but just the zero that doesn't change the magnification. I don't like the Barlow lens. I don't like I don't like what it does to my brain to have to kind of look up like that. I like to have my brain likes to, when you're working on something really tiny, you want to be close to it and really kind of, in that sort of, have that sort of physical body space of being really small. So I don't like to use the 0.5x Barlow lens. Mark really loves it, so it's very much a personal preference thing. But if you don't use a Barlow lens, then your optics kind of tend to collect just kind of, dust from the environment and stuff like that. So I think sometime in the last year, we decided to try to clean these microscopes, and that was a nightmare because we put them in the ultrasonic, and don't do that. So they've kind of never been the same after that. Mark did that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like
it was
when?
bad.
I missed that.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. The rest you can
You
send
did that
it-
with all of them?
We did it with, I don't know, one or two, and then one of them he couldn't put back together, and then the rest we just sent back to microscope.com. But then we had a big fight with them, so now I don't know if we can do that anymore. Let's see. It's a DNA flaw. Who is Jessica? Who is Jessica? Hello, who is Jessica? Jessica is going to read my chat so that I can get lots of viewers. You are free to borrow her for the right price. People who are nice are not out there getting resources. Women like resources. I don't think that's true at all. Like most of these sort of classic asshole guys have no resources. That's why no one can imagine why you would, spend time with them. Like I can remember when I was in grad school, I was doing all right. I had an apartment. I was single and was going to Johns Hopkins getting a PhD in molecular genetics. That was pretty awesome. What are you looking for?
I was looking for the connectors.
But the guy who I thought was the hottest guy I knew was a dude that I met at Cancun Cantina who was a roofer. Except he wasn't really a roofer because he didn't have a roofing job. So he was an unemployed roofer, and he lived with his mom. So as far as resources go, that he didn't really have any resources. And I can remember sitting in his mother's house, which might have been a trailer. I'm not really sure if it was or not, but it was in a area where there were like a whole bunch of houses. And I mean, he had no job. He had like nothing going on. So he was available. He could hang out all the time. And I thought, I really like this guy because he was smart. He was kind of where he was in life just because of circumstance. And you could tell that if you transplanted him and put him with different upbringing and different experiences, that he would have been really smart. So it was kind of, I sort of identified him as a diamond in the rough. I love talking to this guy because he could ask questions, he was interested, he had thoughts, he was really cool. But he also was, this like hot cowboy with no resources. This was super sexy. Yeah, that guy. But I remember the thing that's funny how you like put these like long-term memories down. There's like 3 memories. One of this guy is that I can remember sitting there talking with his mom, and they had this little dog, and they had this like shag carpet, and I can remember the mom was eating ice cream, and so she would eat ice cream, and then she would scoop this ice cream, and she would just go like this on the floor, and the dog would. I remember thinking, wow, that's it, just like that one memory, that's my long-term memory. But I remember it was cool. I took him to the lab. Hot. No resources though. I don't get the resources though. All right, how are we doing? Is this fixed yet?
So, no, right here, there's a piece of that ground plane that we were covering that's sticking up.
Right.
Is that going to
What do you think?
touch
What's your
something?
professional judgment?
I think that it is definitely risking touching something.
I think, fuck it, it'll be fine.
Okay.
I think I mean, you can look at the connector and, What does that pin go to anyways? And that stupid Hall effect? Who cares if it's grounded?
It's the Hall effect.
Yeah, so
okay.
let it be grounded. Nobody gives a shit.
Okay, that's not going to be a problem for anything else if that's...
We'll find out. I'm gonna go with I'll go with the odds are so great in the not category that I'm not gonna worry about it.
Okay.
So carry on. So now, are you ready to put the new connector on?
Yes.
Looks a lot better already, I'll have to tell you.
Yeah, I've hidden all of the mess.
Yes. Just a little
Just
green
like at
word
home.
blood is left. All right. Nice guys have no resources. Resources doesn't matter. They love the asshole. Says a guy to 3 women. If you have time to hang around and be nice all day, then you're not doing shit with your life. That's the opposite, man. It's the guys that have time to hang around are the guys that don't have jobs. But if they know how to two-step, what are you gonna do? If they can wear a cowboy hat.
Where was this that you met the guy?
Cancun Cantina, ladies' night, Wednesday night, no cover charge. Yeah, it was a great place. Oh hell no! Nice guys lie more than most. Nice guys lie more than most. I think part of being a nice guy is that you don't lie. You're kind of. Did you ever date anybody that was a nice guy?
Yeah.
Zach?
He's pretty much a nice guy, yeah.
Is he a nice guy?
Yeah. He's kind of a bitter and angry nice guy these days, but
You started out
parents
as a
do
nice guy?
that to you, or kids do that to you.
Yeah, I mean, kids fuck everything up. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Did you date anybody else that was a nice guy?
I think most people I dated were nice guys.
You never dated an asshole?
No, I don't think so.
Did you ever have a crush on a guy that was just a dick? Like an inexplicable attraction to a guy that you knew was an asshole?
Don't think so.
Nice Christy marries a nice guy. See, there you go. Nice guys don't always finish last. Christy exclusively dates nice guys. All right. Being an asshole is often a function of being honest. It has to feel like a real relationship. I agree with the whole real thing. I totally get that. That the idea that someone is under the impression that the more that they agree with you, do you like this? If they say, oh yeah, or yeah, it's pretty good. Even something mild like that, like, yeah. When really they don't, or they don't know, that is screamingly fake and patronizing and condescending and disgusting. Like, nobody likes that. You know, do you like calamari? No, that shit's disgusting. Like, it's interesting when someone tells you that something they know that you like. No, man, that shit's disgusting. How can you possibly eat that? Like, that's interesting. Why do you think that? Like, you have some, conflict or something. Dicks and asshole females like, because they like to rationalize they can change to the nice. Ooh, that's a good thought, too. I like that. I think that's true. I think that young women it's really motivating to think, I can change you. And you have to go through that a few times before you realize that you could throw out your "it's never the coil" shirts and write shirts that say, you can't change anybody. No, you cannot change anyone. You can't really motivate someone to change either. They have to want to change themselves. So it's really a false idea that's really prevalent in young girls, that like, yeah, this guy I really like because he's really hot, and yeah, he's an asshole, but I'm gonna change him. He's gonna change for me. It's incredibly, egocentric to think, I am so amazing, I'm so awesome, that he is gonna change his ways for me. And that makes me feel incredible to have the power to inspire change in another person. And that can really be the basis of an attraction. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. That shit never works out. That's never going to work out a long time.
I think sometimes, too, they're, at least initially, not an asshole to you. They may be an asshole to other people, but they're not to you. And so that's like, I'm special because he's not an asshole to me.
Yeah, that's true.
So you've
I
got
can see that.
kind of a
Yeah, like you have the
level
capability of
feel
not
there.
being an asshole. Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
or you just, you feel like you are special because he treats you so very different from all the other people because he treats the other people like shit and he's not treating you like shit.
I totally got mesmerized by your magical ways here because what I'm seeing back here on stream is delayed by a few minutes. And so I'm hearing you talking and I'm seeing your hands soldering this. And then you look up, and I know you're looking at me, and I'm like, how
is she soldering?
Is she? Oh my God! And I was like, and I'm sitting here thinking, Christy, you're about to solder the pin on the on the green stuff. Stop! And then you just skip over it, like you're not even looking. You're looking at me. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Oh, I get it. That's not real time. Okay, that's a delay.
Really freaked me out when Jess was leaving earlier too because I could see that she was still here.
Right, but you see her like walking.
Or I saw her walking up behind us. Somebody was walking up behind us, and I saw her up. I could see her up front. I'm like,
somebody's here.
who else is here? Somebody's here.
All right. So how's this going?
Oh well, I didn't leave myself enough space on this side, so it's
That's okay.
really
Scoot
tight.
over. We can't see you.
Well, that was
All
maybe
right,
part
so
of
you
my
can-
design.
Oh, that was part of your master plan. Gotcha.
Part of my
All
master
right,
plan.
Carry
and,
on.
Doing
All right.
questionable job here, so I was.
Nice is okay. Honest is better. That's true. Men who think that opening doors when they don't feel chivalrous. Why would a man not feel chivalrous? I don't get that. I think you should always open doors. Paying for dinner when they don't want to pay. That I can understand.
Dancing. No man dances anymore.
Yes! That is what I always say. That is what I've said is number one thing, especially for my
Why
sons.
don't guys dance anymore?
I
don't
know,
understand.
I know.
Stand there with your arms crossed. It's not fun. I want to dance with you. You
I
don't even
know.
look stupid. Just have fun. No one's gonna remember the next day.
That's right.
Just do it.
I totally agree.
You know?
Well, I've said that, like I can remember like going out dancing in grad school, and we took all the classes and stuff to learn how to go to these Friday night swing dance clubs and West
I'm
Coast
actually
swing and all
taking
this
class
stuff.
on Monday going.
You are? Where at? I want to go.
You should.
Yeah.
It's at Tango Cafe
Yeah?
in Rochester.
Are you gonna learn how to tango?
No. It's more like swing rockabilly type dance.
Awesome.
Yeah, my friend.
I
has-
totally want to do
Yeah,
that.
my friend's got a band. They played at the cottage last weekend, and the teacher that teaches the classes was there.
Yeah.
And he was handing out cards, and he was
Mhm.
getting ready to leave. I'm like, how are you gonna hand me a card and not show me what you got? Like, come
Yeah.
on, dance with me, And he ended
Yeah.
up dancing with me, and it was the most fun I've ever had. It's
Yeah.
like, just get out there and dance. Who
I
cares?
hear ya.
Make a fool out of yourself. No one will remember the next.
There's
day.
nothing sexier
that-
than a
that-
guy that knows how to lead.
That's how to get a girl.
That is totally
Learn how to dance.
totally how to get a
Or
girl.
Fake it till you make it.
Totally agree. Yeah, that was
Isn't
one
that
that
sad?
Gonna dance right on out of here.
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
You ladies have a good night.
All right,
Night.
we'll see ya. Let's see. Columbia present. I agree, Lewis. Honest is always better. Know where you stand. Anything else is deception. I don't respect people who withhold. Who cares what old hags thinks is sexy? Fuck you, Lewis. Where's how do I delete? How do I?
Lewis?
Yeah. How do we report spam on my channel or things like that? Border care and dating advice. Holy shit. What has this life feed been reduced to? Having a motorbike and a foreign country accent that's still entirely understandable helps a lot too. Especially if you've just drifted into town. That's pretty funny. What are we talking
see
about
that.
here? Mucilage it was for a while. All right. I genuinely lost track of what they're talking about 15 minutes ago. Let's see. I can't see that. All right. Did you get that side done?
I can't tell because there's too much alcohol there.
Okay. Wouldn't isopropyl alcohol be better for cleaning the scopes? I think what's better is these little microscope wipes that we got, whatever's on that. Jessa, stop being mean to Mark. You're mean to me. I can't take advice on being mean to people from the guy that's the meanest to me of all the people that I know.
She hasn't been mean to Mark for like half an hour.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. XX chromosome UV dryer. Why not just fit a high-power UV bulb in a lamp? Much cheaper. Much cheaper than China nail salon things? No. Is your PC connected wirelessly to the router? No. This one is, not that one. Actually, neither one of them are. Snake venoms are natural. Will kill you nicely. My strange addiction, drinking paint. Oh, that was a weird show. Hi, Jessa. Love from England. I'm a believer of everything in moderation. Lewis chat has too much crap in it to have a productive conversation. Yes. Why am I still up? It's 3:50 a.m. I totally had the exact same thought at 3:50 a.m. last night. 11 p.m. and still at work? You don't have lives, guys? Sure we do. We live our lives during the day when people are up, and then we work at night, which makes a lot of sense if you ask me.
That just ran away.
What's that?
I'm off the word.
Amtech 559 is made from pine. I mean, isn't all flux made from pine? Chances of it causing cancer are far less than smoking or let alone breathing. That's not really true. I mean, breathing, yes. There's nothing worse for yourself than breathing oxygen. That is hands down the worst thing you could ever do. But there's nothing special about pine. You know, you could kill somebody burning up pine. What about love? Love can be deadly. Lewis is a jerk with amino acid. Not sure. Ben Dover says, I was born in 1981. Best year ever.
Bend over?
Yes, Ben Dover.
Born in 1981, though. It's not the Bend over, I know.
Oh, you know another Ben Dover?
Well, I know someone who I think named her kid Ben, whose last name was
Paul
Dover.
Daniels in 1981 was living near a uranium mine in the middle of nowhere. Interesting. They used to tell us that it was horse glue, the mucilage stuff. We used to use that in the 70s in school. Yeah, you get it. You
Maybe it is horse glue.
Yeah, it could
Maybe that's why we don't have it anymore.
Yeah, they don't like grinding up the horse hooves to make the mucilage for everyone anymore. That must be an American thing. Never had that here.
Oh,
I
so
do,
that
I
person's
remember that
not
stuff
American.
smells-
Do they know what mastic is?
Yeah, mastic. What is mastic? You know what masticate means? Chew up food. Solder mastic.
That sounds like a problem.
Yeah, that stuff smells worse than it looks, yes. Do you glow at night, Paul Daniels, from living near a uranium mine? I think I'm going to set up my YouTube for live streaming and invite you guys, Jessa and Lewis, to see my work. The market here is mostly Android. Apple devices are extremely expensive. Jesus Christ, stop being mean to Mark. I am really, really nice to Mark. Like, really nice. Mark just lived in my house for a week. You know, Mark was by my side, like my little work husband for however many days, 6 days in a row, and all day, all night, went home. First thing in the morning I saw was Mark. Last thing I saw before going to bed was Mark. I couldn't possibly be nicer to Mark. I think I'm allowed to say Mark should take some showers. It's just the way it is. Especially given that. Yellow cake stage. Oh. I remember it. It was the good glue compared to the paste. Oh my God, paste. That's another thing. Like, have your kids ever even seen paste? What happened to paste? Paste. Now that thing smells. Paste. Kids, get out your paste. Like, glue sticks have completely superseded paste. And now they have like the purple glue sticks. Nobody has paste. I'm going to get my kids some paste. I'm going to do that this week. I'm going to get the kids some mucilage and paste.
To glue stuff or to eat?
Both, obviously. I mean, you can't really do that. At a female-run business, the lone male will be the piñata. Again with the beating on Mark. You're just sensitive because Mark has a Y chromosome. And so if I say anything that is slightly negative, it's like I kicked you in your Y chromosome. But it's not really true. Let's beat up Mark and see if he has candy inside. Yes! Okay. It was
I don't think he has candy inside.
Try UV nail stuff. It's cheaper. Not really. This
Is there UV nail stuff?
Yeah, like we'll just paint. Let's do this. We'll paint our fingernails and then like paint a couple of pads.
Huh.
I mean, this, for all we know,
Oh,
this
is that what that's...
this maybe that's what masked means. Ha ha, this is nail polish. I bet masked equals ha ha fuckers. This is nail polish. I bet that's what it looks like if you look in the dictionary.
Probably.
Do we have this on the right thing? Yeah, we do. Okay, good. All right. Omano is rebranded Amscope, or vice versa. They're all just Chinese microscopes. Same exact thing, different logo. Yes. Yeah, they're all generic from China. Yes. Put the scopes in a bag of rice. Did you just clean the optic elements? We took the whole thing apart and prisms and whatever, and it was a bad idea. Anything special planned for May Day, aka May 1st?
Is that a thing?
Well, yes, we're all going to meet out by the flagpole with ribbons, and we're going to do a special dance.
There is a light pole right out there on the corner.
Yes, that's a great idea. We should do
That wouldn't
in
be
the
disruptive
iPad
at all.
rehab colors. We'll just kind of like weave. We'll have to look that up on the
I've
internet.
always wanted to do a maypole dance.
Really?
Yes, I have.
Well, we should
Looks
do
like a
that.
lot of fun, but you
It
need
does
a lot
look
of
like
people.
a lot of fun. Do you need a lot of people?
I think so.
Is it like a really complex pattern,
I don't know.
or is
But
it
you-
just
you
like
need one
go
person
you,
per
you
ribbon.
go you go in and out of each
I
other?
think you
I thought it pretty much
Is it
just
just
looked
that
like
you have
could
two
turn on
patterns,
you could
two
turn on
directions?
some Britney Spears and just go crazy and then see what you made on the pole. I think that's a good idea. But no, but for May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, there's too many parties coming up in
I
early
know.
May.
I don't remember Cinco de Mayo being like a big
A
deal
thing
around here
until
until this year.
Well, until it
and
was Adrian's birthday, and then when you have a friend on Cinco de Mayo, it's like a thing.
I didn't even know it was her birthday, so that
Yes.
shows you what kind of
All right,
friend I am.
Christy, you can do it.
All
The
right.
resourceless are usually the most resourceful. Awesome.
All right. So
Oh,
I know
look, there's like 2 people on Twitch. Would that be the FM203 setup she's using as a power source? Yes, it is. FM203. This is the original one that I got on eBay when I first started soldering for $396 or something like that. But that's what I use every day to power the mini hot tweezers and the standard iron. So that is my go-to recommendation. I've since bought them from iFix at Microsoldering. Raoul also sells them, as well as Hako USA. The FM203 is great. It has the sleep function. It will automatically know when you pull the iron versus the mini hot tweezers. It will automatically sleep them. If you set it up, I didn't bother to set that up. But yes, that is great. Hi Jessa, you're doing a good job watching Christy. Okay.
all right. So
Is it done? Are we
time
ready
for-
to test?
it's time for jumpers.
Oh, time for jumpers. Okay. Do you need to?
So
Do you need me to put on ZXW?
in a minute, I was going to do the one that I know.
Oh, so
the
you already
that
know
we-
one.
the
All right.
one
So
that
what's
we
your
put-
plan here? You're gonna go.
So I was going to connect this here, but these pins are much harder to see in here than I realized. I feel
Is it
like
because my microscope is so shitty?
no,
Is
I
your
feel like
microscope
when I'm just putting a connector on, it feels like, oh yeah, the pins are right there, but
Mm-hmm.
with them,
If
when
you
that's
want,
not what I'm doing, then suddenly they're a lot harder to.
right. So what you can do is get some solder hot and then like shove that wire into it to kind of tin it,
Okay.
and then you can use the one side of the mini hot tweezers and give it a try. It is challenging, to stay down on the pin. It's tough. You can use the micro pencil if you're struggling with the mini hot tweezers.
Okay.
And if you are, if you need to, we can go to like a vibrator wire. But that would be hard to pull out a big enough piece because some of those jumpers are a little bit long.
Yeah.
You might be better off trying to pull out a long piece of braid. That might be easier for you. But that is up to you. That
Okay.
is totally up to you. All right. The men who can two-step, who are nice, with no jobs, are the ones who wind up being terrible providers, leaving the woman, creating single mothers, which is cancer upon society. Yes, you'll notice that I am no longer with that guy for that reason. I think that's the other part of kind of your path from young woman to marrying age, is that you kind of can date people for fun, and it's exciting and fun, but then you have to start thinking, what am I doing? And realizing that you're not going to change anybody. You can't marry anybody that you intend to change. That's a bad idea. You have plenty of flex on that?
Yeah, stick it in the...
Sure, go crazy. Alright, call them bad boys. That's right. You have to differentiate between actual nice guys versus portraying as nice guys. That's probably true. That long pause, though, she has but doesn't want to admit it to 100 people live. That's probably on you dating bad boys. I don't really know. TCRS Circuit says calamari is good. Calamari and foreskins. Squid is really nice. Octopus is even better. That's Chip Quick Flux. Shame on you, poor connector. Jessa looks like a mobile doctor plus surgeon. I'm just a chat reader.
There was one guy who I thought was not a nice guy when I fell for him, but he turned out to be a nice guy.
Oh, a secret
it was like a
nice
secret
guy.
Nice guy, yeah.
Yeah, the bait and switch. Haha, I'm a nice guy.
It really was. It's like,
Really?
wait, you're like...
I think a lot of guys are like that.
It's like, you know...
Yeah, like when I was in college, I liked this guy who was also, number one, super smart, which is quality number one. You can't date anybody that's not really fucking smart.
Yeah.
That's just boring. I mean, it's never gonna go anywhere. But he was cool because he worked in a gas station, and his dad's gas station, and it was in a bad part of Washington D.C. And he carried a handgun to protect himself for his job as gas station clerk in college. And I can remember like hanging out with him, and he wore this like long black trench coat all the time. And he had
the black trench coat.
The black trench coat guy, yes. And he would come in. I used to work the desk at the dorm, the all girls dorm. Where it was like, I forgot my key. Okay. But really it's you getting paid to sit there and do your homework. But you had to stay up all night long. So this guy would come in from working super late at the gas station, and he would just pull up a chair and play cards. So we had started to talk. But what was really weird about it is that I didn't know his name for a long time. When I was a freshman, there had been this guy and this girl that were always together on our hallway, and we knew her name. We knew her name was Alyssa, and this guy never said a word. He was super tall. She was super tall. He was, and they would just sort of walk around like these sort of trench coat people. She never spoke to any of us. The rest of us were all friends, so we knew this guy was Alyssa's boyfriend. Now, the guy that was coming in with the gas station, with the dad and the gas station stuff, he would come in, we would start talking. He was really smart, and he, once, I don't know, somehow it came up, like, show me your license to prove something, I don't know. So I look at his license, and this guy looking at me had, kind of shorter hair, but he produced a license of Alyssa's boyfriend, who had a huge long ponytail and a little pencil-thin mustache. This guy didn't look anything like that. So I'm like, oh my God, this guy is Alyssa's boyfriend, who had been this like super secret guy this entire time. So then it was like, guess who's in front of me now? Alyssa's boyfriend. So I ended up dating that guy for years. But that's
you dated Alyssa's boyfriend?
I dated Alyssa. I didn't really know Alyssa, so it was fine. And by then, that had been the year prior. So I don't know what happened to Alyssa.
How long did you call him Alyssa's boyfriend?
I don't know that I ever.
Hi, Alyssa's boyfriend. You want to go out for dinner tonight?
Hi, is this Alyssa's boyfriend? Is Alyssa there? Okay, just wanted to make sure. No, but what was really cool is that I can remember hanging out with him in my dorm room, and then he takes his trench coat off and he like balls it up, and then he's literally has a gun stuffed in his waistband, like a vigilante cowboy. So he like takes this gun out and he carefully wraps it in his trench coat and like puts it on a shelf. And I remember thinking, and then he says this classic line, "You didn't see that." You know, and when you're like 18 years old, that was fucking hot. You know, now it's a little weird. Like, what are you doing with a fucking gun in the dorms? It's totally unnecessary. You know, like, would you ride your bike with a gun? Like, what the heck? You know, like. But yeah, I dated him for a long time. He was kind of a bad boy. The amount of vanity required to imagine you can change another person. Totally true, but that is. I mean, it's this special syndrome that you get from fucking Disney World when you're a little girl. Like, I just saw pictures today of, everybody has these kids where they go to the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo and pay $150 for the princess hairdo. And I got Betsy a fucking rubber snake, which she loved, but it's like you train girls, even if you don't mean to, because you're like, it's, this one time special. You buy them the ball gown. You parade these princesses in front of them. And I remember asking them, like, what do you think these princesses do all day? Just sing and dance, I guess. they do nothing. Like, these princesses, what is their life? Sitting around, talking to some birds, sing a few songs, run out of the castle and like do a maypole dance. That's it. Put on and then try to be attractive at all times. Go change from one ball gown to another. Braid your hair, and then wait for your husband to come home and just like worship him. That's what they're trained to do, and each one of these princesses is special. Like they each have their own special thing that they can do. I've got the special long hair. Oh, which, by the way, Betsy got to meet Rapunzel, like the real Rapunzel in the castle.
The real Rapunzel?
Yeah. And she didn't say a word to her when we were in Disney.
How long was her hair?
That's the thing, because in the parade, she's got her hair and it goes into this basket, so you can imagine that it's like that basket is full. But I asked Betsy the next day, I was like, so what'd you think of Rapunzel? She's like, I'm like, you didn't say anything. She's like, well, I was thinking, that's how long your hair is? Seriously? Because she was like, that's not even as long as Elsa's hair. Seriously? I'm just going to go. That's exactly what she said. That's how long your hair is? Seriously? I'm just going to go. Good job, Betsy, being a skeptic. But yeah, so young girls are trained with the sort of princess mentality that, you're going to have this like special power or this amazing specialness and be singled out. You can wear the glass slipper. You can talk to the animals and enchant them, like something that you're aspiring to and dreaming to be this kind of unique person. And it really makes you feel like you can find your inner Ariel voice and you can be the one that inspires change in this otherwise bad boy. That's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous.
So what
the
else?
The power of my genitals will cause him to be a new man. Yeah, it's not your genitals as much as your loving ways. All right,
your shining example. The one that I know how to do is.
Okay, good.
I need
all right,
ZXW
so you know
back.
which ones are left. All right, so let's go to ZXW and screen. Here we go. All right, so that one.
The middle one of those 5. Yep. So I need the one below that.
All right, this one.
Yep.
Number 4.
Mm-hmm. Well, 14. But yeah.
Is it?
And that one's the pain in the ass one.
Is it ground?
No,
No.
It's all the way over.
Jeez. Suck that. Oh my god. Yeah, that sucks. That's a long ass jumper. That's like a Lewis board jumper. That's a wrap around the board. Damn. What line is that? That doesn't tell us, I don't think. All right.
Does the length matter?
No, it's just, you know, you gotta keep it from touching ground. You can just put Captain tape over that because it's gonna touch the frame, but it's fine.
Okay. And the whatever it's coated with isn't sufficient to.
I wouldn't just rely on that, but
Okay.
in theory,
In theory, yes.
it
In practice, you
probably
wouldn't
is.
trust it.
Yes. All right. So.
So, which one of those is that again?
All right. So it's number 4 at the connector.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to the dot first.
I'm gonna just tin that dot so I don't lose it.
Okay.
Where'd my chip
We
quick
will
go?
move this over so that you can see that.
Okay. I think it's that one. Is that
All right. Let's make sure. Let's.
other backside?
Okay. So there's 2. That guy. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
That's him. You got it. You got it. Vanity and delusion.
Okay, and then let's find out what the one below that is.
Okay. So we're gonna go back to ZXW. Screen. Move over, Haas. Screen, ZXW, and we're going to which one?
That one right there.
This one?
Yep.
So number 3.
Yep, I think that one was back over near the first one.
All right, let's find that dot.
Yep, right in.
Yes, right in the middle of the Pleiades. So there's 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of L shape set of 3.
That one right there, right?
All right, let's look at what you're looking at. Give me some more context. Yeah, it looks like the little 2 guys are down below. Those 2 guys, and it's this one.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. You got it. That's him.
So we've got plastic here. Would you just melt it away?
Yes.
Or?
Mm-hmm. Until you get a nice little puffy pillow. Who's soldering right now? Our technician Christy, who's going to make this board great again. Let's see. Women fall for assholes because they're a good dresser or smooth talker and they think they can change him. But that's backwards. Women need to find a good man and change his look. It's perpetual. Louis Rossman stole one of your new multimeter sales, it seems, ended up on my Amazon Associates purchases. She, Christy, is doing a nice job. Very good. Women nowadays only care about looks and don't even think in the long term. They will choose a fancy dresser that just sits around all day over a man that works all day. That's not really true. They might for 5 minutes. Not every woman. To be honest, the only thing I think I care about is intelligence. That is right, Joanna Hammond. The only thing I care about... Is that
someone that you know, or?
No. The only thing that I care about is intelligence and being witty. You have to be able to have quick wit. Other than that, nothing else matters. Men don't feel chivalrous because society has made men the scapegoat for all societal problems. That's not true. I don't want to dance with fourth wave feminists. I don't even know what that means. I think that's just made up. I don't think so.
I think it's hard to be chivalrous these days.
It's hard to be chivalrous
Yeah, well, I mean,
without being taken advantage of.
in the holding the doors open for women kind of way, and all of that fascinating womanhood type stuff that
You think
know,
it's hard
you-
because then
you hold it open for the wrong person and they get mad at you because you're
Yeah.
not treating them as an equal. And then you don't hold it open for the next person and they get mad at you for not holding the door open.
yeah, you got to kind of be
It's
your
a no-win.
be your sense. Dancing not me. Ooh. Put pointer right hand side of chat. Click and get a menu with report. Oh, yes.
Is that how to mark as spam?
Yes, but you can't do it if someone's a mod. I wouldn't be so mean as to make Lewis not a mod, even though he's mean to me, because that would just be mean. There's nothing worse than being involved with someone who doesn't have a bloody clue what you're talking about. Yes. Curious to know what Louis Rossman thinks about Mark as a provider. Is he a nice guy? Yeah, Mark is a fantastic guy. Mark is intelligent and witty. He's way up there.
And usually is nice to me.
Usually is nice to you. Yeah, he gets cranky sometimes. But
He's nicer to me than most of my coworkers.
than most of your coworkers. Wow. So Mark's your favorite.
Sharon and Christine are both on my good list too.
Wow. Here comes the bus. Watch out, Gene. Ah! Watch out, Sunday. Ah! Okay. Or
I've mostly gotten over my vacation.
You've mostly gotten over your vacation.
Yes. You guys.
Christy thinks we changed everything when she went on vacation. And then Christy brought me back maxi pads that had my name on them. Oh shit.
Uh-oh. That means I'm in trouble for staying out too late.
Uh-oh. Do I need to go answer it?
Probably.
Okay. I'll be on my best behavior.
I didn't tell him I was coming over here, so.
Have you heard about the car fire? iPad readout, this is Jessa. Hey, Zach. Yes, she is, but you know what? She was just saying what a nice guy you were on the internet, like in front of 40,000 people. Yes. Yes, in fact, you're on live stream right now, except we can't hear you. You're just the guy inside the phone. But she did. She said we were talking about how to get a chick, how to pick up a girl. What's your take on that? What's your top 3 how to get a girl moves as a college professor? What do you see working in the community?
I thought you were asking him how he gets all the college girls.
He said I'd have to teach at a college that had girls in it. Yeah, see,
that's a good
witty.
point.
There you go, intelligent, witty. Score. Yes, well, she is making her jumpers. She's kind of close to done, so I will tell her to that her man demanded that she come home right now as soon as she gets done. All right. just checking.
Did he need anything?
Oh,
or?
do you need anything? I'm supposed to ask. He sent you an email
Okay.
of his demands that you need to provide.
I see.
Okay.
A private email that he doesn't want to discuss in front of all of.
Yes, I'm
YouTube.
sure he doesn't want to discuss it in front of your 40,000 closest friends. Okay, well, I will let her know, and she'll take a look at that. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
He sent me an email.
Yeah, he sent you an email. Gee, I wonder what it says. We're not going to open it up on live stream, that's for sure. It probably says something like this. Christy, make sure you bring home milk. No, Christy, make sure you bring home cereal.
The grocery store has been closed for hours.
Have you heard my my cereal rant?
No.
I need to get to the end of this. I'll come back to my cereal rant though. It's kind of too long. Let's see. No dancing. Hell no. Lose yourself to dance. $50 says she will never really kick Lewis from chat. You win. I will never kick Lewis from chat because I'm nice. Are hot tweezers better for iPad, iPhone over micropencil? Oh, hell yeah. Take your micropencil and throw it away. Like, we have gathered up all the micropencils. They are only good for trace repair. They are good for trace repair, so you need them. But we had to harvest them from all of the student stations and stick them in a drawer so that students wouldn't try to use the micropencils because they are not the right tool for the job for iPhones. Mark is an excellent provider. He works, oh God. That's why Kenny Rogers drinks, because Jessa being mean. Nice. Why is Jessa all dolled up? Jessa went to the gym and took a shower. I took a shower today because I went to the gym.
I took a shower today too.
Wow, look at that. iPad rehab, showers. Hashtag shower.
Had to go host a birthday party at Altitude, so I
Ooh,
There's
that sounds like a nightmare.
bunch of Nathaniel's classmates who I don't know and don't know their parents, so I figured I'd
Try
try to make a good impression by
make a good impression.
bathing today.
That sounds good. All right, so you got that one on there. The tail's not touching that cap.
It's close. It's not touching, but
Rip him off. Looks good. Wasting time watching strings. I'm a lowly crack addict. Live by day, work at night. Yes, fair at night. But when do you sleep? That is a little bit of a snag. Usually, I'm pretty good for sleep between the hours of 3 and 6, definitely. Let's see. I like to check videos of you and Lewis while working overnight. Mastic, here we go. Mastic is used on furnace ducts. So like aluminum tape is called mastic?
I don't know. I think that they need to give us some more information.
Interesting. Who is Mark? Mark is the lead microsolderer and Samsung expert at iPad Rehab, and
The only man good enough to work with us.
The only man that has enough talent, enough intelligence, who is witty enough, who has a thick enough skin that he can work on Team iPad Rehab, which is all women except for Mark. He deals with it. He rolls with it. He's our right-hand man. And he's on pretty much every other stream that we do during course week, so you can see. He looks like Kenny Rogers, apparently. Didn't they make paste out of horses? Mucilage.
Not paste.
Not paste. Just
Paste is made out of flour.
Oh, paste is made out of flour?
Well,
is that why you can eat it?
Original paste, I think, was. I don't think the stuff
What
that
gives
we
it
were.
the smell? Like, it has such a classic.
It's like
Why do kids eat it?
rancid flour.
Rancid flour. Okay. All right. Oh boy, whoever is under the microscope is in trouble. Why? That was from a long time ago. Copy decks made from ground cow bones. Stinks. Gross. Paste even came with a built-in spoon and had the mint smell. Yeah, the built-in spoon.
I think that is why.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Mark drinks. That is hilarious. That might be
Pretty
true.
sure he drinks when he's at home too.
Yay, Jess's stream. Lewis is too mainstream. This is the alternative stream with the alternative facts. The scope does look better. More light, clearer image. I guess that it might be the camera doesn't like it. I don't know.
The scope looks better than what?
It did before. Like they were complaining of foggy image and stuff. Not sure. The maypole dance, it's weave, and you have to know the dance, or you can kill someone. Wow.
I
see?
thought it was a big deal.
Well, that sounds hot. Let's go do maypole dance and see if we survive. Let's see. Mark is Jessa's assistant. Do Americans not pronounce the L in soldering? No, we don't, because the word is not soldering, because here in the U.S., it's soldering. We do not solder things. What were some other examples of that? I remember, like, a lot of people get, like, their panties way in a bunch over the British versus American pronunciation.
Aluminium?
Aluminium. Yes.
Schedules?
Schedule. Yeah. Let's put the CH in schedule. How about that? Schedule. No. There were some other words that I can remember writing this whole sentence one time where I was like, I will pronounce the L in solder when, and then you could make this whole sentence that was filled with other similar ones that no one on either continent pronounces the L. I'm not really sure.
Salmon?
Yes, I will pronounce the L in solder when the salmon. I can't remember. Oh, it's a childish, rebellious streak in them. Yes, we got it from first we're throwing tea in the harbor. Next, we're just kicking out consonants. Fuck you. Yeah.
switching which hand we use for our forks
Yeah,
and knives.
we're switching the hands for the forks and the knives. Now we're driving on the other side of the road. It's all just a giant middle finger. That's why we're doing it. You know, like we of course know, ooh, this is so improper. You know what America is? Bad boys, and the women love us. We're the bad boy country. We're the bad boy country, and you're just jealous because we get all the chicks, and we just go into debt, and we don't have a job, we don't give a shit, and everybody loves us, and we don't open the door for anybody, and we say fuck all the time. Yes. It's not
Yep.
really English when it's
That's
spoken
us.
in the USA. Oh yeah, here we go. Like in herbs, would you like to have an herbal tea? The H is silent. Silent, yes. So I'll pronounce the L in Solder. When you have a cup of English herbal tea with your salmon, that's when I'll do it. There is no L in solder. Soldier, that's too much work. We're regressing back to grunting. Cavemen, you guys need a drink. Pigeon English. Now, not here.
Pigeon English?
Pigeon English is hilarious. Pigeon is like if you go to Jamaica,
Yeah.
they speak pigeon, and it's like you think you can understand, and you're just like you can understand every 1 in 10 words. So it feels like you're listening to someone speaking a language you can understand. But if you really listen, you have no idea what they're talking about. You cannot understand it at all.
That's what it was like when we were in New Orleans and the cab driver was on the phone speaking French.
Mm-hmm.
But I could understand 1 word out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to know what he was talking about because it sounded interesting.
Yes. Well, our fume extractor has been on this entire time. It's the exact same one that that Lewis uses. We kick it on. It's the Hako. What does it say? F 433 or something like that. FA 430. It's on right now. You just can't hear it because of the air filter. Let's see. What a quiet and clean chat room. Nothing like Lewis's cancer. Yes. Jessa has a real extractor. Yes, I do. This is benign chat. Yes.
Oh man.
Is she going to solder the wire? Was it a Glock? It was a Glock! How did you know? Joe's gun. How old was he? How old were you? I was 18. 18 or 19. He was, I think he was 21 at the time. Which kind of gun was it? It was a Glock. And then he took me one time to go shoot, like here's the funny thing, when you go to a shooting range. Have you ever done this? Have you ever gone to shoot a gun at the shooting range? See,
I have a vague memory that I think
you
I
gotta
might
date
have.
interesting guys and do interesting shit like that. You know, like that's how you get your experiences up in college. But here's the thing: when you go there and you bring your own gun, and then you get to choose the target that they're gonna like send down on the little thing that you're gonna like shoot at, and they have like 2 choices. One is just circles with a bullseye in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Boring. The other is a cartoon of a man going like this, like grabbing this busty chick with her cartoon shirt ripped open, with her tits hanging out, and you're supposed to like shoot the bad guy. What?
Without shooting her.
Without shooting her. And it's just like, could you possibly, is it possible to generate a more sort of just disgusting image, you know, like what? You're clearly the women are not welcome here because it's like I'll just shoot her in the fucking tits. I don't care, you know, blow up her implants. But it's just like why is that the only 2 choices? I don't know. It was like kind of off-putting, but that was super fun. You should jumper this first. Well, We'll do it whatever Christy says. She's the expert. My dorm
Alright.
has a gun holding and cleaning floor. Really?
Interesting.
I don't want to go on that floor. I would not want to be on any kind of. I just think the idea of mixing college freshmen away from parents for the first time in a dorm with guns is the worst idea that there is. That sounds like a great. I mean, what goes on?
What if it's like,
fucked up?
what if you're on the biathlon team or?
Is that the one where they have to shoot things like ski and then?
That's
shoot
the one
things?
I'm talking about. I don't know if I got the right term, but
The winter one. You're skiing and then you
Yeah.
have to like shoot stuff.
yeah.
Then you keep it locked in the biathlon locker room gun cage, not taking it back to Centerville 4101 while you guys are all, passing around fake IDs and complaining about what time should we leave so that the chance that somebody puked on the bus down to the bar is the lowest. That's what college is.
Well, maybe that was what the floor was. The floor was essentially like the locker.
Oh, gun holding and cleaning floor.
Yeah.
It sounds like a dorm where you can bring guns. But maybe not. If it was a double barrel 1911, then all sins forgiven. Time frame, it was probably a 30-hit special. You're not allowed guns over here, only in select cases, heavily regulated. I'm all for that. Sahid says, I want a princess. No, you don't.
They're trouble.
Princesses have to have their entire satisfaction come from changing you. Because they don't have anything else going on. So they can be pretty and they can do their nails and they can sit and wait for you. But when you come home and you're not exactly what they've been waiting for, they're going to make you be what they waited for. Because they're princesses and that's what princesses do. Does Jason use V2 or ASM at work? Don't know. Want to know something curiously interesting? 4chan trolled libtards into thinking the universal OK sign is racist. Really, it is recognized as 666 sign in some circles. That is the...
This is racist?
Stop that! That is not allowed in here. That's just like first world problem. That's like first world conversation. Just, who cares what one person says is racist or not? I don't know. They say Rapunzel's hair length was 70 feet. Yeah, that chick's hair was not 70 feet, I'll tell you.
Well, maybe that was after she got it cut.
I guess so.
Because she gets it cut, right?
Does the length matter? No. Unless you're Rapunzel. Talking to a 6-year-old. iPad mini 2. Men have no rights. If a woman says you did something guilty before proven innocent, if your wife gets bored, $50,000 a year goes right out the window to alimony. Who do you know that pays alimony?
I know a couple people.
Are they happy about it?
No.
Do you think it's fair?
I don't know. I can see both sides of it, but
Yeah.
I don't think that men in general have an awareness of just how hard alimony can hit them.
Mm-hmm.
And so when things are still in that stage of, well, maybe we could fix this,
Mm-hmm.
they have a tendency to be like, fine, get the hell out of here. When if they knew, they might say, okay, you know what, let's see if we can make this work somehow.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting perspective.
Or maybe if they knew when they were 20, they would say, you know what, let's just not get married, or so I feel like there's not that informed consent kind of part of the
Right.
relationship.
Right. Where it's till death do we part. By the way, if things don't work out, you're going to owe me like a lot of money. So much so that you're not going to be able to live in the house that you want to live in. Just sign here. All right, are we ready to test or what?
I need the home button resistor.
Home
Do we
button
have
resistor.
a donor board for this to steal from? Or?
I'm pretty sure I stocked that resistor.
Oh, okay.
I know that I do. Did you label and I'm pretty sure it's a 100K resistor.
100K.
100K resistor. Actually, you know where it is? It's in the stuff on the Hey Christy.
Oh, they wouldn't be in that
footage.
one. That's all connectors.
Oh, it is? Okay. Let's spend a minute looking for a new one.
Okay.
Let's get these headphones out there. So let's see.
So things like resistors are mostly back here.
Okay. So just look through and look for 100K. That's where all the goddamn backlight filters were.
I didn't know you were missing them.
Well, I was. I ended up having to order more because I had no idea where they were. Little Peckers, not him. iPad LCD. Wait. Mini L2201. Oh, that's just an image filter. That's a cap.
So
That's a filter. That's another bunch of filters.
and that was pretty much everything that was in a strip like this.
Was it?
There were diodes and things that I didn't get through.
Mini backlight coil. Never ever gonna even open that package. I mean, we can take it off of one, but it would, I feel like I just saw this yesterday. It could be in my mark kit.
Mini home button resistor?
Yeah, mini home button resistor. Is it labeled mini home button resistor?
Yeah.
Boom. Then that's where it is.
Does that come off often?
Yeah. I mean, from other shops. Like when they take the connector off, they'll, if they clean pads or try to braid pads,
Mm-hmm.
then they will snag it. It's because it sits kind of a little bit over, and because it's a resistor, it doesn't go to ground, so it will leap onto their iron, and they'll just like kind of accidentally pull it off.
Okay. I don't know if I've ever had that be missing before. There was one that I did pull off of a board, something, so it probably was that one.
Mhm.
But only once that I've had to.
Yep. All right, let's get done with reading this chat. Let's see. Does the audio drop out a few seconds after a loud noise, huh? Can you feel the foreskin difference between partners? I'm not that experienced. There's a theory that there are special cells that communicate on some level between the female and male parts in the foreskin.
Is he asking about foreskin versus no foreskin,
Yes.
or between different
Mhm.
foreskins themselves?
Different foreskins. I'm gonna go with foreskin versus no foreskin.
I thought he was like, John's foreskin versus Bob's
John's.
foreskin.
Why'd you start dating John? Oh, his foreskin is amazing. It's so long and floppy. like, no, I don't think so. Ah.
We broke up due to foreskin incompatibility.
Foreskin incompatibility is just never going to work out. So why do you have to pay alimony? And it ended up being just, irreconcilable foreskin incompatibility. What are you going to do?
Man, that thing is tiny. And no clearance at all.
Yep.
That's a pain in the ass.
Yes. I literally just showered and shaved. Good for you, Spectre 9S5RD.
Is that Mark's code name?
No. Mastic is what we call the silicon sealant. Interesting. It is kind of like that. It is kind of like a sealant. Mastic is a paste-like substance, the consistency of the solder paste you use, and is used to seal air leaks. Like the stuff you'd use to repair the giant bounce house. Because I feel like there was something that
Like
you could...
caulk.
Well, it was called like PVC cement type stuff. Alright.
So is it different from caulk?
Caulk? Yeah. I mean, to seal air leaks, I would think an air leak wouldn't be. Caulk is crumbly, you know. It's seal holes around bricks.
All right, I have no idea what happened to that thing. It's not there, is it? Is it on? Oh, there.
Yeah, it's on there. That's super tiny. Take your time, you can do it.
It's super tiny. I can't find it.
Are those tweezers too janky for that job?
The tweezers?
Mm-hmm.
It's not on there, is it?
I'll just get another one if it's
That's
giving you
not it.
trouble. It'll like,
That's
you don't
something
want it to
else.
spend too much time
I
on
think
heat.
2 of them fell out of the package anyway. So.
Mm-hmm. A J-tag made it into my hallway and I stepped on it barefoot last night. It hurt. Aluminum tape is just that, tape that goes around the joints. Mastic is this paste that comes in a gallon bucket you put on joints, usually with a paint. Is it purple? Like when I look at 2 pieces of PVC connected, there's like purple or blue sometimes, like PVC cement. Is that mastic? Is that what that is? We use both in HVAC. Paste
Man,
is now-
HVAC keeps coming up lately.
Yeah, HVAC is the thing. Americans are always wrong. Entire world. Football. You guys say soccer. And that's because we're bad country. Bad. So bad. Entire world. Metric. America. Imperial. Yes, that's embarrassing. You know, where it's even like Canada, it was like, this is going to be painful, but, you know, this is the way we got to go. Deal with it, suck it up, stop being a bunch of princesses, and go change all the fucking miles per hour signs because we are going to be a metric country.
Well, we did that too back when we were in elementary school, and then they are like, "Oh wait, never mind.
We're too prissy.
Never mind. This is hard."
This is hard. Oh my God, it's so hard. Oh my God, why are we doing this? It's hard. I don't know. Let's just like not. Yeah. Yeah, that's America.
I mean, did you get that whole angle on things when you were in grade school? Like, we need to learn this because this is the way of the future, and
Yes. But we didn't do it at all. Like, it wasn't like, let's use the centimeter side of the ruler. It was always like, turn that side upside down. Now let's measure. Is this 1 inch or 2?
we did a lot with
Did
the
ya?
metric system when I was in grade school.
Well, that is good.
And then never again after that because, oh wait, never mind.
America is always right. Everyone else is wrong. Care to tell me whose flag is on the moon again? Mark was telling a funny thing about the moon flag the other day where he was like, some guy was all up in arms because it's a fake flag. It's not a fake flag. Yes, it is. It's made out of rubber. It's fake. Okay, maybe it is.
If it has the right
Long live the
insignia, then
riches.
it's a real flag, right?
I would like to point out that we are using Celsius on our iron. So, I mean, when we were in a lab where the thinking people are in science, all that shit is Celsius. 25 degrees, room temperature, Celsius. Like it was, what should I set the incubator for to grow bacteria? 37 degrees Celsius. Like it was a Celsius kind of place. Oh, here's the funniest thing about is about, you know who the most arrogant people are in the world? The surgeons. Surgeons are super, super arrogant. And I remember talking to my one friend who was a arrogance and training surgeon, and she had to spend 2 years in the lab as part of her surgery residency. So that was like a super awesome break for her. So she's like just doing research instead of sitting there doing surgeries all day. And so she was, somehow it came up like some distance or measuring something, and she said sonometer. What? Yeah, it's like 2 centimeters. Sonometer? Yeah. And so apparently surgeons don't say centimeter or inches, they say sonometer, which means a centimeter. And
Surgeons in general do this?
yes, it's a thing. That are like, it's 2 centimeter lesion. It's like, are you fucking with me? But
I'm pretty sure she was fucking with you.
no, she wasn't. I thought she was because her last name was Sohn, so it was like sonometer, like you made this up. But no. Let's see. You get less ticks on the chart. Air conditioners and heaters only go up and down in 1 degree increments. Fahrenheit gives you so many more. Celsius gives you 0 to 100. I like having more steps. Well, you can have decimal points, which makes sense. And what I love about the metric system is that it's all based on practical common sense. You know, how much does 1 milliliter of water weigh? 1 gram. That's just the way it is. And everything is based off of something that totally makes sense. And then
You know what
water.
I like about grams is that 1 teddygram weighs 1 gram.
1 teddygram weighs 1 gram.
Yes.
Wow.
And so you can like
Teach people
figure
about
out how much things weigh that way.
it's about 2 teddygrams.
Like how many grams is that? I don't know.
Let's see. This is
Nathaniel?
yeah. This is about, I think this is 12 teddygrams.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
this is a
that.
household
I
thing.
learned
Mhm.
that. I didn't know that.
Very practical of them to have named it after.
Made people in the USA sound like pirates. Oh, they kind of are. Wait, Americans
Sucks.
say zebra. Yes, we do. Please don't tell me the rest of the world says like zebra or something. Oh my God, I'll shoot myself. Zebra. Animal with black and white. Zebra. But what's really funny, I really want to bring this book the next time Mark comes up to the course, which is in 1 week. This book that we have at home that with amazing 100% accuracy, based on where you grew up, this is just in the US, it will predict your pronunciation of certain words, or just the word that you use. For example, what is the name of the flying insect that has a glowing butt in the summer? That is a
Lightning bug.
lightning bug. Yes, it's a lightning bug. If you ask Mark the same question, he will say firefly. What? What is the name of the little bug that makes a little, that's gray, and he makes a little, rolls up in a ball?
Roly poly?
No, it's a pill bug.
No, it's totally a roly poly.
No, it's a pill bug. Those are-
Roly poly.
What is there's tons of these things. Oh, what is the name of the giant truck that passes you on a highway? You know,
The 18-wheeler?
yeah, it's an 18-wheeler.
Yeah, or a Mack truck.
It's a tractor trailer.
Hmm.
And apparently, if you're from the South, it's a big rig.
Ah.
Yeah,
If you drive one, it's a big rig, I think.
maybe. But it was really interesting that, like, you could say, "What do you call this?" And I would say, "Tractor trailer." And then and then you would see this map where there would be just like the only people that say tractor trailer are right around. What is going on there? We've been taken over.
Uh-oh.
We have received $0 in donations, which is typical.
Mm-hmm.
We're not that entertaining. What can we say? Let's see. What do you do when 21 degrees C is too hot, but 20 is too cold? The
Tell
same
people
thing.
to
The same thing
suck it
you
up.
do when 59
Move to a different part of the
degrees.
room.
Move to a different part of the room. Let's see. Zebra. The people who have the animal native pronounces zebra. So, think we found your problem. Get ready for male menopause.
Male menopause?
I don't know what that is. 32 to 212 has more to do with the rate of expansion of mercury. Oh, here we go. Yes, front door helps me out. You'll pronounce the L in solder when they pronounce the first L in colonel. Yes, it was Colonel Mustard who did it in the ballroom with the solder gun. Yeah. Well, this is totally trolling. Louis Rossman, can you repair a car PCM board that has damage if I send it to you? Says Zach McBurney on Jessa's stream where we're sitting here soldering stuff. A, we would say yes, and Louis would say no, so suck a dick. Yeah, that kind of thing. That is delete. Testosterone replacement therapy.
Is that what the
Oh, look at that.
is?
So Louis is, look at that. I have no idea how I would test if it works without a car to put it into. How do you tell? So Louis is actively soliciting repair business on my stream. That's really funny.
I thought that was him saying
I don't know.
that
I mean,
he wouldn't do it.
The funny thing is that we actually fixed a board for a BMW engine.
The
Remember that?
MOSFET?
Yeah,
I don't know what a MOSFET is, but
I get that asked a lot. I need a fan spin. We take a lot of those jobs. In fact,
We need to do
we
something
have
about
one-
that boat
the
thing.
downrigger.
Yeah,
Yes.
the downrigger.
Yes. So we have one right here that is a job like that. That is super interesting, and it is going to be one of the things that we're going to try to work on this week. This is a boat downrigger board that only goes in one direction. So all kinds of interesting
it's supposed
things.
to go in two directions.
Supposed to go in two directions. Right now it only goes in one direction. Lots of interesting things that you can look at. We took that job because it's apparently a systematic failure.
Can I just do 20 more jumpers and not this one?
What are you having trouble with?
That stupid home thing.
You want me to stick it on there?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Here's my advice. Try it one more time, but first I want you to make the pads, just kind of push it out of the way, get closer magnification, look at the pads and make sure both pads are puffy pillows, like really shiny, really, really tinned. I don't know what's going on over there. First thought, litigation.
First thought about what?
Louis Rossman, you can't fucking unmod me from your stream because, to be funny, I put an Amazon link to your piece of shit disgusting salt that killed my entire garden's worth of tomatoes one time so that people could send it to you, and then you're all pissed about that, and then you are like actively taking Jessa jobs that is the kind of stuff that we do that you don't do on my channel. That is not okay. Delete. I need you to go delete all that shit. Yeah, stop that. Zach McBurney, banned. You can't do that. You cannot solicit Louis on my channel, sorry.
Alright, that is going to work a lot better. Oh, so much better.
What's the difference between palimony and alimony? A P?
Huh. Alright, this is going to work better.
All right.
It's going to be so easy now that they are not just residual heat. Somehow these got turned off and that one was back on.
Oh,
And it was just hot enough to
fuck
get
with
the
you.
salt, get the
Good.
solder.
to get
Solder?
the let's
Get
do
the
that.
solder.
Let's do it for one stream. Solder.
Just hot enough to get the solder onto the.
That's right. Oh, hey, iPad rehab. What was the deal with the parts you ordered going to the recycling bin via DHL? Oh my God, that was
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
yeah, it was not that long ago.
It didn't happen again.
We have a douchebag for a DHL guy. That's what it is. and we get stuff from DHL all the time.
FedEx
And
guy
it's
too.
like, it's become this sort of little passive aggressive thing. I have no idea like what it is that he doesn't like about something must have happened. Somebody must have pissed in his coffee over here one day by accident, and we don't know it. Because he will, almost like for sport, almost like an episode of Seinfeld, he will deliver the DHL packages by opening the door and then frisbeeing them into that back room back there, which is the same place where we keep the recycling. And 9 times out of 10, we will identify an unopened DHL, let's say it's the envelope or a small bag, we'll identify it. We found one under the refrigerator, we found one,
There was one under the refrigerator.
yeah, just, like slid under there.
Oh,
and
was there anything good in there? I haven't heard about that one.
and parts. And so, like, where else have we found them?
The FedEx guy marched them all the way into the room over to the window by the sink and left them sitting on the edge of the sink.
Right.
That was
would
the
be,
FedEx
that would
guy.
Be crossing past the giant bucket
So-
that says DHL, FedEx, UPS, arrows, deliver here, in this bucket. So, more Donald Trump Pepe stuff. So
Who is Pepe?
it's the ridiculous 4chan. What is that? No, I can't. That is too tiny for me to read. I don't know what that is. What does that say? I can't tell. So anyway, the DHL guy delivered a $400 order of Mason chips into who knows where, thin air. And we've searched. We have ripped that room down looking for a $400 order of chips, and they're not there. And in fact, like, he comes and I ask him about it, like, dude, where's this order of chips that because I had to file a hey, we didn't get it because it says signed by blank, because he didn't get a signature, he just tossed it in there. And I said, where is this? He goes, you know where it is. Where? He's like, you know that it's just in there somewhere. Right, that's not okay. You're DHL, you're supposed to be like the good guys, So yeah, so he just, threw away on our doorstep somewhere $400 worth of Mason chips. And I did hey seller, I tried to make it the seller's problem by saying we didn't sign for it. It says signed by nothing, so they didn't deliver it. You take it up with DHL and file a claim or something like that. They said no, and we lost. That's just the way. We only have bad girls and we love them. Palimony is when they are not married. Just pals.
So not getting married isn't a way to avoid it.
Okay.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm. Strict no cancer. Will this iPad mini have full or quarter fan spin? You know what's the best part of doing a circumcision? Is you get to keep the tips. Jess's chat will not become my chat. This will remain quality chat. Relative to tile, mastic is an organic glue made from the sticky resin of the mastic tree.
Oh. The mastic
I was
tree.
gone, and Lewis got to ban someone. I banned somebody too. Anyone else have touch disappear on an iPhone 6S when you switch the front camera and it works? No. I'd wait for the DHL guy and film him throwing shit in there and then raise hell at corporate. That's probably a good idea. Should set up a camera. And then post it to our videos. Yeah, let's do that.
Leave me out of that. He knows where I live.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that's why he's unhappy with us, is because...
Because why? Tell us. What did you do? Did you leave shit on your porch and he stepped in it?
No, because we said, okay, now that we have a keypad and can give
Ooh,
you
why
the
don't
code
we
to get
have
into our mailroom, then you don't need to bring packages to my house anymore. And it's like, you don't want me coming over?
I like that little, the way that stream, I don't see it up there, but I see it. I can see it here. It's too far for my eyes, but I can see it here.
They sent
Don't
us
need any rage going for couriers.
They sent us their connector.
Oh, let's see their connector. I want to see that.
It just, this must be the one they thought they
their
were going
nice
to put
new
in
one?
there when they.
I will add chat to the space in her screen. Thank you, Lewis. That is pretty cool. I like that. Oh, we got Pillbug. Yes! Hey, wait, this guy said he was from Rochester, and he says Pillbug. Potato bug? Really?
I've heard potato
Somebody
bugs
says
too, but they-
semi-truck.
Yep.
Roly-poly, semi-trailer. Semi-trailer in Australia. Will this word be great again?
Will it be great again? We'll have to.
Yes, get Lewis in on the Skype call. I think that's a good idea. I think it would be fun to have Lewis come, like, you know, like, it's fun when you can talk, when some of these comments, especially when there's somebody that you generally disagree with, like I generally disagree with Lewis, like on 90% of things. It's fun when you generally disagree with somebody who is intelligent and can make an argument. I think that would be fun to kind of just do while fixing something. Christy, Daniel sent you $2. Yay! Look at that.
I don't even know him.
I know, but it's because of your amazing work. Yay! Yay! Christy got a donation. That's really funny. Lewis set up all this donation stuff. I'm like, man, that's a lot of work for what you know is going to be $2 for his stream. Is ridiculous. It is like a giant party of donations constantly. That's pretty funny. Christy, you take a lot of time by this resistor. They want you to hurry the fuck up.
Wait till they
Right.
find out it's because I didn't have the hot
because
tweezers on.
the hot tweezers were off.
My warm tweezers were not up to the job.
Yes. Exactly. Daniel saved the day. Half a beer. That's really funny. R22, there's some nasty stuff right there. I know Lewis gave us a donation link earlier on in chat, but it's gone. It's not in your description either. I'll keep looking. Oh yeah, see, Lewis, that's what I was talking about how YouTube doesn't, I don't know if you can do that or not. Yeah, like you can do, yeah, that sucks. Remember I was asking you when you were setting this up, why my restream just makes the title, but the description, it just keeps as, it makes it be restreaming with whatever. So you know, Twitch, I guess you can see a link. Is there any way to like make that edited now? I doubt it. I mean, I guess Super Chat works, but nobody knows about that.
Super chat.
Super Chat, yes. You can click Super Chat by the bottom of chat and make donations, but nobody knows about that. What does Live Control Room do? Can I do that? Info and settings. Oh yeah, I could change this. But I need, that's something Lewis would have to do. Uh-oh, now I don't know where. Now I lost all of chat. Let's just hit cancel. Are you ready to test?
I am ready.
Wait, we gotta hold on. I gotta get hold on. Let me make this come back so that piece of shit. Alright, here we go. Can Christy make this iPad mini digital? Christy, oh my god, you got $20!
Oh my gosh, who is that?
I'm pretty sure that's
It's
Jim
Meme.
Roberts. Nice. All right. Okay. Does it work? Wait, we got to make it be on full on camera. All right, so you've reassembled it.
I didn't kill the backlight. That's promising.
It doesn't have the backlight killed. Are you going to be bummed out if this doesn't work?
Yeah.
All right. Do it. Touch it. Oh my god, you did it! Yay! Christy made this iPad have touch again. Awesome. Does the home button work?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! The home button works. Yay!
It was worth the 20 minutes I put into that resistor.
Yay!
More tweezers.
That's fucking awesome, man. I think I don't know, 90% of people doing board repair would have said, "Fuck this." Good job,
I
Christy.
love jumpers.
Good job. I'm proud of you. That is awesome. All right, take it apart. I want to look at the board and see kind of like the last picture. Yay! Good job, Christy. That's awesome. Jessa doesn't straw man. No, I don't.
What was that?
Bend over gave you $5 and it worked. It's my turn to donate some church money in your pocket. Love your work. Thanks, Bend Over. Chris, you're getting rich. It's awesome.
No.
Yeah, look at you. Oh, here we go. Click to support iPad Rehab Streamlabs. Oh, that's really sweet. Oh yeah, a lorry in the UK. Truck. A lorry, yes. That is awesome. Well done for not swearing. All right, let's get to the end of the chat. And let's see. R22. Propane. Wow, I know Lewis doesn't appreciate professionalism, but that's some obtuse package handling. Yes, it is. Pepe is the new flying spaghetti monster. He asked me directly. No one asked you for a link to Soldering. Yes, they fucking did! Yes, they did. That's the point. They actually, literally did. Ah. And that's not okay. What's the worst that can happen? It's called soda, semi-trailer, and road train. I like road train.
Soda.
Christy, you are hot, says Christian Andres Lobo. He looks like a bad guy too. You should add that to your bucket list.
I think maybe he's talking about how I look overheated.
You are hot. He doesn't say you look hot. He doesn't say you look like you're having a stroke. He says you are hot.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Not have to wait 5 minutes for Jessa to read out chat. I'm like totally almost at the end. I'm gonna be fine. What time now? All right. So did you show us what the connector looks like? Oh,
I can't see the...
There we go. It's the final product. So scroll it down so we can see all of it. So you've got 1, 2, 3 jumpers. You have buried
jumpers, buried crater.
ground plane. Awesome.
The home resistor is back.
That is great.
The other stuff I knocked off is also back.
Awesome. And you got back that. All right, let's get to the end of chat, and then we will. I admire her tenacity with regards to spending so much time on that single component. Great job. I mean, that's the thing with a lot of these is that, you know, like you're gonna make mistakes, you know, or just fuck things up sometimes, or just do, you know, like, oh, the iron turned off and I didn't know it. I don't know how many times that's happened to me. Or solder a chip back on that you just took off, and all kinds of stuff like that. But it's the tenacity, sticking with it, and knowing that you're likely to, you know, just sort of knowing what you're likely to be able to ultimately figure out, versus what is a true bona fide rabbit hole and that you're better off to give off. That's the real skill. That's what you got to do. All right.
Yeah.
Lewis Rossman, you need to hug Jason more. Yes, he does. Everybody should hug Jason. That iPad is great again. All right. Jason fixed a board. Give me a hug. I bet Lewis does hug. Lewis is a hugger. That's what, like, nobody knows. Like, he's totally a hugger. Has Lewis ever hugged you?
I don't think so, no.
Really? That is weird. I bet he hugged Sunday last night. He's a hugger. He probably hugs Jason all the time.
I don't know if I've seen Lewis since the one, like, team dinner out that we all went to. Since the arm wrestling.
Yes. All right.
I may have
think-
arm wrestled Lewis. I don't think I've ever hugged
Oh
him.
yeah, you've arm wrestled but not hugged Lewis. Oh, the dinner where I took my mom.
Yes.
Yes. I remember that. Took mom out to dinner. She'd been dead 10 years, but she had a good time. I just know it. All right. Okay, I think I'm at the end of chat, and let's just look over here. Now use that $2 and buy yourself some beer. All right.
If only that were possible at 12:30 and
Wait, is it really
on a
12:30?
Sunday night.
All right, so Christy fixed the board. She has redeemed herself and is really one of the best. Everybody that is here just does phenomenal work all the time. So I thought it would be good for the rest of you guys to kind of see what the team does every now and then, and it's fun to chat with new stuff. It's fun for me to not have to do work and to just kind of see what's
Just
going on.
watch.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and that is it for tonight. This board is working, and we are out of here.